Greetings everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Unclear and today we're back with another Destiny 2 video. Now I know Destiny 2 is in a bit of an odd spot at the moment and it can be a bit infuriating that we don't have a lot of content to strive, grab and get out there and do. But in this time is a great time to prepare if you want to do the day one raid. And I'm guessing that's what you want to do since you clicked on this video. So I'm going to talk you through how to get ready to do a day one raid. Whether you have a team or are going to be looking for a team, I'm here to help. That's what I'm going to do. Alrighty. So the basics behind all this is on November 10th is when the expansion drops. So Destiny has the Beyond Light expansion drop on November 10th. And I'm guessing that weekend or the reset on the Friday is when the raid will drop. So for me in New Zealand, it's Saturday at like 6 AM. And then first of all, I think it's Friday at some point. I don't know when. That gives you 3-ish days to get ready for the raid. Now, that's not a long time. And I'm here to try and make the most of that time. So if you can play lots or play minimal, you can get quite a bit done. Alrighty. So, from between now and then. So what do you want to do between today, being the 1st of September, and the 10th of November? It's still a long time. It's a long way away. And this is why I'm doing this video now. So you guys can have... you do a bit of farming, come back a bit later, do a bit more farming, come back. You don't have to stick with the game, but you can if you want to be extra prepared. So, what you want to do on all 3 characters, I'm guessing most of you have 3 characters now. If not, starting a new character. I did it on last night's stream, and in about 3.5 hours, I had done almost everything back up to where my character was usable in new raids, new dungeons. So, if you want to start a new character just to hold bounties, I recommend you do that. Like, I really do. So what you want to do is you want to hold weekly bounties. So we have so much time to go. I believe each vendor has 6 weekly bounties in rotation, 2 per week. So 3 weeks you'll have all the bounties. So I recommend doing them from Vanguard, old Mr. Zavala, Shax, the Crucible guy, and the Drifter being Gambit. Now the reason I recommend those is because they're the easiest to maintain and those are all staying. If you start doing them from planets that are going away or things that are disappearing, the bounties may auto-hand in when the rollover comes out, and we don't want that. We want to keep these bounties up until after the November 10th reset when the new game goes live. So, you can hold up to 60 bounties per character as long as your quest tab is empty. Now, if you've done the Outbreak Perfected quest line and you've got the catalyst, delete the transponder. You don't need it anymore unless you're helping friends. I've still got one in my inventory. I've got to help a friend get the rest of his catalyst, and anyone else out there who needs help, comment down below. I'll help you do yours as well. I'm on PC. I'll do what I can to help out. So, as long as you got rid of all your quest tab stuff, you've done everything you need to do, you start hoarding these bounties. Now, I recommend hoarding your sub characters first and then doing your main character after that, because your main character is your main character. You want to be playing your main character when you jump on and farm for tokens or shards, whatever you want to farm for. So once you've hoarded all these bounties and you got, you're like, oh cool, I got lots of bounties on my character, I got a few more weeklies I can pick up week in, week out, just sort of sit tight on that character. It's really easy done from there. Now, a few more things you want to be farming during this process, because you can't do all the weekly bounties in one hit. You can't do all the dailies across. I think it takes like 4 days to pick up all the bounties. It depends what the rotation is. So in that meantime, you're going to be doing Scourge of the Past raids for the Fallen mods. Now, there's plenty of places to do this. You can do this through the LFG group, obviously your own raid teams, any other Facebook groups, anything like that you want to do. Reddit, I believe, have some groups you can find stuff through. If not, I'll have my Discord down below. PlayStation, Xbox, and PC players can jump in and find groups that way, and there'll be some voice chat channels there as well. Now, you want to do the Scourge of the Past raid for Fallen mods. Now, this is Fallen Repurposing, Fallen Armaments, and Fallen Invigoration. So one gives you Grenade Energy, heavy ammo and grenade kills. One gives you barrier. There's a lot to get. I can't remember all the mods off the top of my head. Sorry, I should write them down. Now, there's also Crown of Sorrow for Hive mods and Last Wish Raid for Taken mods. Now, we don't know what the enemy type is going to be in this new raid. Everyone is guessing Fallen because the main enemy is going to be Fallen. But it could be Vex. It could not be Vex. It could be anything. But there's no Vex mods. So if you do the Crown of Sorrow for the Hive mods, the Last Wish Raid for the Taken mods, and Scourge of the Past for the Fallen mods, you'll have a pretty good chance of getting everything you need. Alright, So you also need armor from these raids. I personally would prefer either boots or gauntlets or bonds, because there's a lot of good exotic helmets and chest pieces that are useful in raid situations. For example, Titan, Helmet Saint 14, helmet, you don't want to take that slot up with a, say a Fallen Invigoration mod or a Fallen Armament mod, because it doesn't go on the exotic. So you want to try and put it on the gloves, boots, or an artifact, or bond, or cloak. If you got high stat rolls on those armor pieces, great. Now you can farm Crown of Sorrow and the Scourge of the Past raid infinitely between the now and the DLC, so you can get unlimited drops to get the rolls you want. So you just keep going in, and if you have a raid team, it's a good way to practice that communication, that fluidity as a team, and that cohesiveness. So when you go into this raid, it's really easy to do. Not easy, but your teamwork is there, so you just got to get the mechanics around. Alright, once you've done all this, you preferably want to use the Fallen mods on the gear, but we don't know yet, so you want to masterwork that gear. So you want to be jumping into Nightfalls, do 1050, 1080s, don't stress yourself out, get the shards, turn them into the golf balls. You want to be having that gear masterworked. As well as that, you also want to have upgrade modules so you can max out the light, because you want to get to as close as the 1260 light cap as you possibly can for the raid. Now, if you are on PC, obviously you have the Destiny Looking for Group Discord if you want to find yourself a team on that day one. Xbox has its own Looking for Group inside the Xbox Companion and the Xbox console. PlayStation, I don't know if you have any, but if you do, please comment down below and I will pin it for people who are trying to find it. If you don't use any of those and it may go down on the day, you can join my Discord. I will have a Looking for Group for each platform in my Discord, so you guys can join up to each other as well. Just so if the Discord does go down for PC players or Xbox players or PS4 players, whatever you have, you can jump in my Discord. If it gets overloaded, I'll make a second one. So there's a few there, so you guys can really find a group, because I'm guessing there's a lot of you out there who want to do this raid. Now, on the day one of this launch title, Beyond Light, there's a few things you'll need to do, I'm guessing, to be able to qualify to do this raid. Now, when Last Wish came out, you had to do the story missions and unlock the area first before you could jump in, and I'm guessing this is going to be much the same. So, on day one, minute one if you're jumping on, make sure you do the campaign on your main character. Because if you go and get to the reset on the Friday/Saturday, and you haven't done the main campaign on your main character and you can't jump into the raid, that's not great. So what you want to do is when you first load up Beyond Light, you first get in there. You're in there, and you're like, cool, what do I do? Hand in all the bounties on your main. So hand them all in. Clear your bounty schedule. Go pick up more bounties from gunsmiths and the planets you're going to, so you can start ticking these off to try and level up as fast as you can. Now these will be ticked off as you're doing the story missions, because the story missions should be relatively easy in a fire team, so you should be able to tick off some bounties and get some cohesive leveling as you go through. Now once you've done the main campaign and you've kind of just got in-game stuff to do off your main character, go back and do it on one of your other characters. Same exact process. Hand in all the bounties, pick up some more bounties, do the story mission. Story missions. I don't know how many they're going to be. There could be 1, could be 10. You don't know. Get all that stuff done up until you're sort of doing in-game content. Alright? Now if you're getting close to the Friday mark, make sure you do some in-game content on that character, then go back to your main to level it up. Alright, your main has to be the one that's the highest light level going in. If you are short on time, just do one character and hand in all the bounties across all 3. Because you don't want to get to that raid day and be unprepared. Alright? So if you are running shy of time, or you can't play as much as some of the other players can play, do all the bounties first. Alright, get all those bounties done. Then do the story and stuff on your main, and you'll get some good XP, you'll get some gear out of it, and you'll be ready to go. But if you have a lot of time, do main, hand in bounties, pick up more, do the story, go to your second character, hand in bounties, pick up more, do the campaign, do your third, hand in bounties, finish the campaign, then do pinnacles, and then backtrack to your main. That's pretty much how you want to do it. So your main character should be your highest. Now if you're super lucky, when you go to your main, you'll have some really high level weapons, and you can just start leveling up from there. Now, I do not know what the soft cap is going to be, but I know 1260 is the hard cap, so it may be 1250, so you might get pretty close. Once you've done all that, you'll have an amazing boost, obviously, on the season, which will give you artifact level boost. I do know contender mode will be active for the raid. That mode will be active, but as long as you can start hitting that boundary, you should be okay. Now, we're going to talk some weapons. Now, I'm not going to go over gear or setups or anything like that, or complementary weapons. I'm just going to talk about weapons you should be leveling up to get into the raid. And these are all going to be exotics at this point. I'll do some legendaries in another video for full builds for each character. But for now, we're just going to go over the exotics you want to be leveling up. Now, for primary exotics, of course, Izanagi's Burden. We also have Outbreak Perfected and Witherhoard. Now, Witherhoard's more for like controlling the environment. If you're doing like say defend the objectives, like you got to try and we'll say the Crota raid D1, you have to go from lamp to lamp. If you had Witherhoard and you could lamp up the hit the lamp with the Witherhoard and stand there for a bit, that raid would have been amazingly easy. So Witherhoard just depends on what the mechanics are. You want to be prepared. Now, Outbreak Perfected over Izzy's sometimes depends on how many damage phases you can get in, and how much short-term damage or long-term damage phases there are. But those two are pretty good weapons, and Outbreak Perfected never really got nerfed, so it's still a really viable weapon for a lot of encounters, and can do some serious damage if you need to, especially with 6 Guardians using it. Now, you want to be using the Catalyst as well, so if you don't have that, message down below if you don't have Catalyst and then your platform, and see if we can get each other helping. See if you can help each other out. Alrighty guys, we're going on to energy weapons. So first one is Cold Heart. Now, I know what you're thinking, there's a lot of other weapons out there that are really amazing. Cold Heart increases damage when you can stay locked on to a target. Now, it was an amazing spot for some raids, and unfortunately new weapons did come out, so it's kind of got left in the dust. But it's still a good weapon to use, and can be considered viable, depending on what the raid has in it. Alright, we also have the Merciless, because of the perk the Merciless has, and it is being fixed, as well as the Catalyst has amazing range, amazing handling, and just does some serious damage. Now, the perk on the Merciless allows you to increase the fire if you don't kill the target. So like Leviathan raid, remember on dogs, you would use Merciless. Obviously, Fallen Guillotine takes over that now, but Merciless was the go-to day one because it could do more damage. Alright, we also have Ariana's Vow. In case they're barrier champions, Ariana's Vow can shut down those barriers really quickly and get some pretty good picks. We also had Divinity, for obvious reasons. Divinity just really helps the team out. Usually we run on a Warlock, so, pretty good way to go. We also have the Fourth Horseman, because we do not know what encounters we're going to be facing. We could be up in the boss's face, or people could be charging us. We do not know, so Fourth Horseman with the Catalyst is a good, viable option. Alrighty, and then we're stepping down to power weapons. We have the Tractor Cannon. Obvious reasons. Debuffs enemies, increases your damage, pushes enemies back. The pushes enemies back is the one for me that does it. Like the Vault Room in the Last Wish raid, you have to push off the Knights. This allows you to do that a bit easier, and will really get you through those encounters where the enemies are just advanced too much. You can push them away, your teammates can do a bit extra damage. It's a really good time. We have the Wardcliff Coil for obvious reasons. That thing just melts bosses and does so much damage. Just got to be careful with you accidentally killing yourself. We have the Sleeper Simulant with the Catalyst as well, because as I said, there's few weapons that do a lot of damage in a short burst, and some that do more over a longer time, and as we don't know how quick these damage windows are, this allows you to get off a few quick shots that are really good quite quickly. We also have Whisper of the Worm, obvious reason. If you get a long damage phase, hit that, keep hitting those headshots and critical shots, get your ammo back, it's going to be really good. Like Scourge of the Past, use Whisper of the Worm. Got to have the Catalyst though, so make sure you have the Catalyst. If you don't, as I said, comment below and your platform, and we'll try and get you guys helping each other out and get these Catalysts complete. Alright, we have 1,000 Voices. Now this is more for ad control, as you can spray the ground and just mop up ads really quickly. I don't know how viable it will be, but as I said, as we don't know the encounters, you kind of want to be prepared for everything, and this will sort of get you there. We have Anarchy as well for crowd control and boss damage, but the problem with Anarchy, mountaintop being sunset, we don't know. I'm not too sure what we're going to pair that with yet, but we will have to see what weapons come out, day one. I'll be making videos on the new weapons when I can. And then obviously we have Xenophage. Xenophage on a Titan with the exotic that Xur sold last week. Absolutely amazing. Can do some serious damage, guys. This thing is amazing. It's really good for team play. It's really good for clearing ads, doing damage to mages, taking down vehicles, doing boss damage. And you don't have to be accurate with it, so it kind of helps out quite a bit. So, they're the weapons you want to take into the raid. That's how you want to prepare for the raid, and I hope that helps you out, guys. Now, I will be doing a weapon build video with some of these, with the exotics in place, to sort of see how we get on. As I said, these will be with weapons we currently have that are coming forward, and I'll redo the video when new weapons come out if they need to be replaced. And also do an armor build as well for each class. So, I hope that helps you out, guys. I hope you guys start getting prepared. Let me know what you think down below, and I really hope to see you guys trying to run that day 1 raid. I will be doing my part. I'll be farming, I'll be leveling, doing videos, and if you guys do need a hand, please be sure to let me know down below. Join my Discord, message me in there if you want. I'm open to DMs all the time. You can find me on Twitter, you can find me on Instagram. And as always, guys, I want you guys to stay safe, take care of yourselves. See you out there, Guardians. Bye for now.
Darkness resides within, beckoning you. This is a truth we cannot hide from, and so we must embrace it. The destruction they crave.